Welcome everyone, good welcome. Why did I say it like that? What's going on everyone? Welcome to the channel, Hayden Davison here, as you already know. I thought it was time for an update. I haven't actually been on this channel for some time. I've been fully focused on some other stuff, which we'll get into in a minute. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update of where I am, what I'm doing, what I've been up to, my plans for the future, my plans for this channel for the future. I thought we'd just talk about it. So let's dive in without further ado. Let's go into it. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? I have been, for the last few months, I have been fully focused on building my business, building my brand. Some of you might not know that I used to do online arbitrage, and when I stopped it was actually around about the same day or the same week that I stopped it. I did a video on it some time back if you want to have a look. That's about when I stopped. And then I switched over to starting my own brand, and that went phenomenally well over Christmas. So that obviously sucked up all of my time throughout Christmas. Surpassed any expectations of mine. The best few months in business I've ever had, and we're still in that at the moment. Very grateful for that. And I've never felt so motivated in my life to keep building this brand into something big, and then perhaps multiple brands underneath, whatever. Either way, very happy with how things are going, very grateful. I practice gratitude every day for everything that we've got. I guess it still feels a little bit surreal because I think I've worked so hard. I'm not for one second saying that I've made it or anything like that, but I have worked very hard for the last 7 years, and sometimes a couple of years, I didn't earn that much, and sometimes it used to feel like I wasn't getting anywhere, but now it feels like we're really making traction and things are starting to go really well, so I'm really grateful for that. As I say, practice gratitude every day. I still believe in luck. There's a lot of people that don't believe in luck. I still believe in luck. Luck always has a big thing. Luck always plays a big part of anyone's success, I believe. Obviously, you have to get lucky. You have to meet the right coaches. Perhaps you have to watch the right videos. You have to be the right time at the right, in 10 years' time, maybe this business model wouldn't work, Luck always comes into play, I believe. So anyway, feeling very lucky, feeling very grateful, and sort of riding that wave of my own, the current success that we're having. And as I say, I've just been working extremely hard on that, and I suppose I've had to really take a step back with that newfound success, and decide what I really wanted to spend my time doing. And I had to actually sacrifice making content for this channel in order to do that, in order to really structure the business, which I'm not yet finished doing, figure out where it's going, and basically around Christmas just keeping up with sales. I'm in the office at the moment here. I just got a bigger office recently to sort of keep up with things. I'm actually getting rid of the office, which I'll get into soon, because I just can't keep up. There's too many orders coming in, so I'm having to get rid of this office soon, which I'll talk about in a minute. And yeah, just all in all, just being fully focused on this brand, building it for the future. I feel like all of the e-commerce experience that I've learned in the last 3.5 years, I used to do dropshipping on eBay, I did Amazon online arbitrage, I touched on just opening up wholesale accounts, and then I got into building my own brand because I realised that was where I wanted to go. I feel like I've just learned such a huge lesson about the compound effect. I'm not sort of talking about compounding stocks and stuff. I'm talking about the compound effect in real life, like when it starts compounding all of the actions, all of my e-commerce experience for the last few years compounding into this, a certain amount of success in a certain area, or a compound effect of the last 7 years of in business where I've, for a lot of the time, struggled to make a business work, or struggled not even to make it work, to stick to a business. Now seeing the compound effects of that, all the stuff that I've learned in different areas. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing. Focusing on building this brand. What else has been going on in my life? Obviously, I did have, now we get a bit personal, I did have a girlfriend for around about 4 months. I haven't anymore. Haven't got a girlfriend. Recently, I'm single. That just didn't work out. As I say, it just didn't work out. Some relationships work, some relationships don't, obviously. That was my first relationship in around about 7 years. It was a long time. I learned a lot about me in the relationship. I hope that it helped her somehow. I hope we both learned from it. There was no, resentment. There's no bitterness there. Very mature, sort of understanding, sort of end to that relationship, and that's cool, and that's fine. That happens in life, doesn't it? That's fine. Now just really focusing on sort of building my life in the right area that I want it to go. I feel like I've been through a lot of challenges recently with like learning stuff about. So like there was a relationship there. I think I've had quite a few breakthroughs around friendships and stuff like that. I've had a lot of friendships. More advanced understanding of friendships and how I see them. I think I used to get a little bit. I used to get a little bit obsessed with wondering who my real friends were, and I used to think, and I don't mind sharing this, a lot of people wouldn't probably share stuff like this, but I used to get a little bit worried about who my real friends were, like who are my close friends, and I used to put them into sort of boxes. So they're my best friends, and then you're my best friend. Sorry, they're my best friends, and then you've got your friends that are close friends, and then you've got your friends that are distant friends. I used to put them into sort of boxes, and I suppose I sort of still do that in a way. I'm trying to sort of get rid of that and just appreciate all the good friends that I've got, and understand that you don't have to just put them into boxes. Like you don't have to put anything into a box. Nothing really has to go into a box, you just need to do you and just do what feels right, because sometimes there's some friends that you'll have for life, and then there's some friends that will be there for a certain period of time in life, and that's all okay. Like every friendship, every relationship, it all serves a good purpose in your life, and I think I've really matured to that and accepted that in the last few months. I really hope that some of the friends I have now will be my friends forever. Of course I do. But I would be naive to think that every friendship that I've got and every relationship I have is going to last forever, because nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And I think accepting that, I know I've gone off a bit of a tangent here, but accepting that, that's powerful, because then you realise that the only person that you can fully rely on is yourself and your family. And as I say, I've got friendships. This is not to say that all friendships are doomed. I've got friendships that I hope will last forever. But coming to the realisation that you want a friendship but you don't need it, and becoming more power to you, more powerful in yourself, as in accepting yourself fully. The fact that you don't need anything external to be happy. You can always be happy. As long as you understand yourself and you accept yourself and you love yourself, then you don't need anything external. So anyway, I went off on a bit of a tangent there. I love all my current friends. I love my family and everything like that. But it was just a bit of a realisation that I had. Like you've got to accept yourself fully. So where was I? So business did some updates there. So friendships did some update there. Relationship did some update there. I'm currently in a transition phase. So because I had such, and I hope I'm not doing any sort of bragging here, I'm just explaining this is just how it is. I'm just explaining where we are at the moment. Because I've had such extreme fast growth, which I'm extremely grateful in the business, building the brand, I went from a smaller office in this same complex here to a bigger office, which I'm in here. And now I'm getting rid of the office, and I'm moving all the operations to a third-party fulfillment centre that can actually do what I need them to do, to one that I fully trust. That you have to be able to fully trust them. Predominantly because they're going to be opening a 3PL soon. Now, anyone that doesn't know what a 3PL is, that means that not only can they ship from, say, Amazon or something like that, and Amazon FBA orders, they can ship eBay orders, they can ship Shopify orders, your own website orders, Etsy orders, a 3PL. So I'm moving to one of them. Now, this is quite a big step, because I was under the assumption that, look, I need to send out the orders myself. I need to get a bigger office, send it all out myself. But if I'm completely honest with you, I have not been enjoying life for the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, right? And actually, I've been prepping myself for the last 4 months, as well as get my friends in, as well as get my family in, some family members or close friends to come and help me. And I've got my business manager that works for me as well. it's too much. I've been managing that. I've been having to manage all the prepping myself, growing the business, launching new products, thinking about, competition and working it all out. Where does the business want to go? It's just too much. I can't do it anymore. I have to get rid of it. So I've got to get rid of this in order to switch it all over, even though it may cost more in the short term. Long term, I'm going to switch it over. Long term, I believe switching over to a 3PL for at least the next year and a half, until perhaps we then need to get our own warehouse, and then I need to employ a couple of staff members, whatever. I'm not planning that too much into the future because I want to just enjoy the now, which I need to do more, my coach tells me. It's going to give me extreme freedom to do some more sort of trips, which I want to do. I want to go away at least 3 times this year, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's going to give me the time to actually focus on product launches, making the brand the best brand at what we do. And that's what I need to focus on, operations, brand, growth, systemization, bringing staff members on. I need to focus on that stuff, because I'm kidding myself if I think that I can do the prep and the growth and everything like that all myself. I just can't. And I think I used to run away from these outgoings, and I still have got a small mindset in that way, I'll be honest. Like, my mindset is growing rapidly, and I'm thinking bigger all the time, and I listen to Grant Cardone to help me with that sometimes. Love him or hate him, you know his name, and he's got sheer motivation sometimes, and one thing you can't take away from him is his mindset, the way he thinks about things bigger than everyone else. Some entrepreneurs have the tendency to, like, when things get serious, when the outgoings start to pile on, like, I've got thousands of pounds worth of outgoings now in this business. I'm not going to lie to you, I have. Obviously, we're making the money to be able to afford that, but that might not be always be the way, business isn't always plain sailing. And I think sometimes that gets to people, and it used to get to me. What I used to do is retract. So rather than spending more money, or rather than putting more money into the business to grow it, to get it to the next stage, so that you don't worry about that little blip for a month or 2 months where you're struggling maybe, I used to just give up, or I used to pull back. I used to start prepping myself instead, or get rid of people that are working for you or something like that, when actually sometimes, if it's right for you, this isn't advice, it's not financial advice, then what you should be doing is pushing further, pushing harder in them times, getting through it, thinking of ways to expand to make more money, not pulling resources back to shrink your business, and that's what I used to do. So now I'm just always thinking bigger. So we're going to get a prep centre, a prep centre, fulfillment centre, a 3PL centre, one that can send out all the orders. So here we go. Next, so I just got Stephen Bartlett's Telegram group that I'm in. He just popped up and distracted me. So that's the plan at the moment. So I'm feeling very, very overwhelmed and stressed at the moment. I'm not going to lie. For the last 2 weeks, I've been proper Aggie? No, I've been proper Aggie, to be honest. I haven't been ill. I've been pretty ill this week as well, so I've been really short-tempered. So you're lucky you're not around me anyway. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to get the 3PL. That's coming. It's going to take a lot of relief off, and then I can actually take a step back and get really, really, really serious again. Fire away, launch loads of new products. Got huge goals for this business. Like the video. This isn't like, like the video because I want more views. Genuinely, like the video if you want me to share my projections for this business this year. I don't want to do it because I don't want to think anyone to think that I'm sort of trying to brag about numbers or anything like that. There's some people think that you should never share, potential profit, potential turnover and stuff like that. Some people look down on that and they think it's not classy and stuff like that. I'm in the middle where I think, like, look, if you're in the right space, if it's for the right people, if it's inspiring, then do it. But I wouldn't want anyone to feel like I'm trying to show off or like feel shit or something like that. I don't know. Like it if you do want me to do that. I don't know. Maybe if it gets like 20, 30 likes this video, I might do it. I just don't want to ever come across as one of the people that's like, oh, look at me, like, trying to show off. But anyway, I've got some big goals for this business this year. That's what I'm fully focused on 80% of the time. Well, 100% of the time at the moment. But on the other hand, I also want to make sure that not only am I building this brand, taking a step back once we've got the 3PL, not only am I focused on building this brand, I've set goals to fly, to travel to at least 3 countries this year. I need to start travelling more. I can. Like, you know, I'm finally in the position where I can, and I have the freedom to, so I've got to just do it, because if not now, when? Famous Buddha quote. And yeah, and then, you know, I've got some events coming up in the UK and stuff like that. I just want to sort of live life a bit more as well, you know, just live life. I've got some goals to spend a lot more time with family and friends this year. Just be there for them. Just call them up randomly, which I've started doing. Call them up randomly. Make sure they're okay. Friends, family, you know. Maybe even sometimes family members you don't get on with as well as others, or friends you don't. Just making sure that I go out my way to call them and make sure they know that I'm there for them, because Christ, feeling a bit emotional now. I haven't always done that. I haven't always shown some family members and friends that I'm there for them all the time. I've never got emotional on a YouTube video, and I just want to do that. You know, I want to make sure that they know that, because you never know. You never know how long family members are going to be around. You never know how long you're going to be around, and it's just so important to show your loved ones, because friendships and family are just, connections are just the most important thing in the world. They're just the most important thing in the world. Sorry about that. I've never done that before. Don't know where that came from. And then the next thing I want to do is make sure that I get back onto this. And when I say this, what do I mean? I want to make sure I've decided that being a content creator, whatever you want to call it, just doing videos of myself. I know some of you don't care, you're like, you know, but if you've got this far in the video, obviously you are some sort of, you appreciate some of the videos that I put out, or you follow me or whatever. I want to do more of that. And I got so obsessed with people's opinions and what people thought of content creators, and like, I felt like I was like stuck in my little Amazon niche that I was doing, and people thought I did stuff that I didn't do, and like I was getting influenced by stuff I didn't want to get influenced. It was just, I was not in a very good place at sometimes. I'm not saying I was deeply depressed or anything like that. I just wasn't in a very good place when I was creating it. I was overthinking it so much. I feel like now I've had this break, I can come back into the space and try my best to not let that happen, and just provide the best possible value that I can, just sharing my journey, because I know that a lot of people did like me doing that, and I want to just seriously like just spend 20% of my time making content and putting it out there, and just doing what I want to do, and just showing what I want to show, and just, I don't know, it's just an important part of my life. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think about it. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think about, I want to do this. I want to do videos. I want to speak to people. Call that egotistical, call that whatever you want. It's just, call that, you know, a plea to try and be famous. I don't know what it is, but I know that I've got a calling to speak to people on this platform. So I have to do that. I have to just keep going at it. So there is going to be something coming soon. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set this up properly and properly do it. But I can't say exactly when it's going to be, but I'm going to set it up, and there's going to be regular weekly videos, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make it a lot more systemized and perfected than it was before. Very important. Very important to me, and I think I can give a lot of value just by being me. So there we are, really. That's an update from me. How am I feeling generally? I'm the best that I've ever been and the worst that I've ever been. Everything's going so well, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I've got amazing friends. I've got amazing family. I've got amazing business. I've got freedom to do whatever I want. I've just, not in a braggy way, that's just how it is. You know, I've worked very, very hard for it. But on the other side, I'm pretty tired. There's a lot of areas of my life that I need to work out that I haven't systemized enough, as in, like, I'm not exercising as much as I want to. I do, but I feel like it's a drag when I do it. I don't want to feel like that, you know. There's areas of my life that I can't switch off. I'm so obsessed with my work that I can't switch off, and I love it. I love it, and I wouldn't. I say I wouldn't have it any other way, but I would, as in, like, I need to learn to be able to just spend more time with my family and friends and switch off that little bit more. But that's something that I'm working on. So I'm fantastic. I'm fantastically good, and I'm not, and that's okay. There's things that I'm working on, but I am very, very generally, deep down, very, very, very grateful. Very grateful. And as I say, just the main thing I've understood is how important family and friends are, and that's what I care about the most, and that's well, that's what we do it all for. Why would we do anything without the love of family and friends and relationships? Why would anything exist? What would be the point in anything without that? What would be the point in succeeding in business or having the freedom to travel, to do what you want, if you can't have meaningful relationships with people? If you can't tell your family where you went, tell your friends where you went. Relationships are just everything, and it's... I think only time and maturity make you realise that, don't they? Only time and maturity make you realise that, and I can't believe it took me to 26 to learn that, but hey, some people probably never learn that, but just feeling immense gratitude. I'm going to go in a minute, but just... I feel like the amount of gratitude, not just the gratitude, but the amount of... There's just some people that have got life really hard. Now, I don't know what's going on with my motion starts. I'm all over the place. But I do think it holds you in good stead for the future when you can just understand what you've got that other people haven't got. And some people have just got it so bloody hard. Like they've just got it so hard. Now, I know this is random, but it just makes me feel filled with so much gratitude to know that I've got family and friends and opportunities in life that I'm allowed to go down, opportunities that I can pursue in life that so many people can't because they've got an ill mum that they're looking after that consumes all their time, you know, something like that. They've got a major illness, you know, and they've only got 10 years to live, or they've got serious mental health issues and they can't even get out of bed. How can you not feel grateful for your situation when you know that there's people like that out in the world? And it's just so... it's just one thing I do these days. I'm just always thinking, like, I just want to help. I just want to, in some way, in some time in my life, just help people like that. Just be there. Sometimes just showing contentment towards them, just showing understanding that I think just a lot of people don't understand how bad some people have it, you know, and I definitely didn't for a long time as well. I was pretty naive in that sense, but I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm awakening to it now. I'm glad that I'm waking up to it now. But anyway, I think that was a lot more of a real video than I've ever done before, and that's one thing on this channel I'm going to fully commit to. No scripts, no things that I've got to do exactly like that. I'm just going to be me all the time and organically me, and I think I've understood that now. Like I almost obviously just got a bit teary up, teared up. I almost obviously got a bit upset I did get a bit upset just then, but I almost started crying, and that's because I'm just genuinely just trying to speak and be me, as if you'd speak to a therapist, you know, rather than just. Not that I was ever fake, but, you know, you always try and put this image for the camera, which sometimes is necessary if you're doing a presentation, but sometimes people just want to hear someone that's real, just talking, so that's what I'm trying to do. So that was a bit more of a real, raw video, and I'm going to keep doing more of them. So anyway, I'll see you all soon. I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, hope that you're all doing really, really well. I hope that your family's well. I hope that your friends are well. I hope that you're achieving all you want to achieve. I hope that you're going after what you want to do as best you can. Obviously, not everyone's got a situation where they can 24/7 shoot off their dreams and be with their family and everything like that, but I hope that you're doing what you can when you can and enjoying life as well. And I will see you all very, very soon. See you soon.